That was splendid.
Okay.
How are you doing, Phil?
I'm doing well. I've been playing more video games recently, if you want to hear about them.
Oh, I would love
I
to.
mean, that's kind of the point, isn't it?
Is it?
Okay, so I've been playing.
I wouldn't guess.
It was Halloween this October, wasn't it?
No.
As it is every October, it was Halloween.
No, this time we pushed it back.
Was it in September? Did I miss it?
Yeah. We pushed it back to September.
One website I occasionally buy games from. I can't actually remember which one it was. It was like, it might have been Green Man Games or something like that. It's G2A, something like that. They did 4 horror games for like 50p. And I was like, fine, yeah, why not? If they're shit, it's not the end of the world. At the moment, I've played 2. I say played 2. I've opened 2. One of them seems like it could be fun. It's called... Double check the name. The name is Corporate Lifestyle Simulator. It's like a 16-bit-esque, like isometric game, where you're basically a, I don't know what you. I guess you're just an office worker, and I think you just go through and kill everybody in the office. But when you open up the game, it only has the background, but the game is playing. So you don't see yourself. You don't see your opponents, and then you just die because they kill you straight away because you can't see shit. So it's just broken.
That's what I look for in a game.
Yeah, it's broken as
Stuff
fuck.
that doesn't work.
Yeah, and the other one is this. It's called Lifeless. Now I've got the Steam page up at the moment. It's got 202 reviews, and it was released in June this year, and it's an early access game. So I mean, like, give it its dues. It looks nice. It's quite a nice looking game, but it runs terribly. But I mean, it's an early access game. Optimization isn't always going to be great. I can get over that. I will just read you the game description so you can kind of get an idea of what it is. So it's called Lifeless. May 2021. 10 years have passed since Patient Zero. 10 years since the world turned into an infected wasteland. 2 factions fight over resources while battling an ever-growing menace of infected humans. How will you choose to survive? Lifeless is a massively multiplayer survival game where you cooperate between players to survive in a hostile environment. Experience a world with brutal, bloody combat, detailed environments, unique player skills, traders, merchants, and more. Now, I've never heard more lies in about 6 sentences before in my life.
Well, you haven't read No Man's Sky for a start there.
Well, I have read No Man's Sky, but I haven't played No Man's Sky. But anyway, so obviously you can get from the first bit, it's just like a really bog standard zombie survival. Although the zombies, they look like the vampires from I Am Legend. Like they have that, they look like that. It's really weird. The combat system is bizarre because it's just like they say it's brutal combat system. Basically, if you look at an enemy, your screen goes really weird. It goes like, you know, Quake has that kind of weird, like the original Quake has like that really weird view set. Like it's kind of almost, I don't know, the middle is kind of further in, than the rest of the outside. It's kind of like a really bizarre cone shape. It does it does that, but incredibly strong. It does like, your whole screen goes cone-shaped. It's fucking weird. It makes it really difficult to fight. I mean, the enemies are really easy to kill as well. They only take like 2 hits. The environments are empty. I mean, there is stuff. You're put in a place called Stillwater Bay, and it's a real place in Maine, in America. And you start off like wherever it is, like basically near this lumber mill, and it's weird. You go and fight, you go and kill a few zombies, and then you look through, and there is stuff. There is, you know, workbenches, and there is barrels, and there's boxes, and there's cars, and there's, you know, tools on the floor. You can't interact with any of it. You can't interact with anything in the environment. It says that there's loads of stuff to pick up and, you know, the things to interact with, but there is literally nothing to interact with. The zombies are very, very scarce and few and far between.
So
there is literally
no fun with horde modes then.
No. There's literally no horde. So it's like 2 or 3 in one place max, and you can kill them with your weapon really easily. You get a weapon to start off with. It's like a Mad Max style hammer thing.
Okay.
And I don't know. They say massively multiplayer. I could only log on to one server, and there was one person on that server, and he was talking to me. He was chatting to me. But my chat would not work at all. I had to go into the controls to find out what chat was, and there is not a thing in the controls which tells you how to chat. There's no tutorial either. I pushed every button and I still couldn't talk to him. They also say there's like, you know, merchants and stuff. Sure, there's merchant. Basically, you choose one of these, like one of the two sides. Like one's called Nova Guard and the other one's called Spartan Phalanx. And like Nova Guard are the good guys and the Spartans are the bad guys. And they have like these safe zones. They have like these, you know, Nuketown in Fallout 3. They have like 2 cities effectively that look like that. And you can go up and you can say something to the merchants, but you can interact with them, but they never have anything to buy because I assume it's supposed basically you get airdrops, things will randomly fall out of the sky from time to time. I think the point is you're supposed to give some stuff to the merchants and then other people bring in stuff and you have like a trading system going and the stuff only comes from the players. But because there's no one playing, there's nothing to trade. And there's no airdrops. Like I played it for probably half an hour and there was literally no airdrop. I couldn't find any airdrops whatsoever. And there was no missions to interact with. There was nothing to do. Like, it's literally empty, and there was nothing to do.
So basically, it's a walking simulator where you walk around and be like, oh look, there's stuff I can't interact with. Oh look, zombie, whop whop. It's no longer a zombie; it's a pile of dead corpse.
Yeah, but it's not even like a walking. It's not even like Firewatch, because Firewatch is a walking simulator, but Firewatch has a really interesting narrative. This doesn't even have an intro. It doesn't have a narrative. Well, I'm assuming there's a narrative, but you can't interact with it in any way. There's no missions or anything. It's just a very, very terrible example of an early access game.
Yeah, I've decided I'll only ever buy an early access game if it's got amazing promise and people are highly recommending it, and it's got a huge player base that supports the fact.
Yeah, or alternatively, the only other reason I would ever go for an early access game is if the developer is not. If I know the developer and I've played one of their games before.
Yeah.
So I mean, the way I look at it is, if for example Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord was to go in early access, I don't think it will go in early access. By the way, I think it's going to be just released full.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be a release as well.
But
or maybe like a If you pre-order, you maybe get a week bonus.
Yeah, maybe something like that. But
early bird bonus.
It's got quite a lot of mainstream attention now. Excuse me. So if that was released in early access, I would definitely buy it, just because I love Mount and Blade Warband. That's like my favourite and most played game. But Tale Worlds are renowned and reliable, because I mean, Mount and Blade Warband was released 6 years ago, and they released the Viking Conquest DLC. Was it late last year? Was it last year?
Yes.
Yeah, last year. So 5 years after they released the game, they were still doing stuff to it. They were still releasing DLC.
I mean, it was like, what, 2 years after it was released? I think they released the Mount. When Mount and Musket went under, they released the Napoleonic War.
Yeah, they released. Yeah. So it's they're still doing stuff to the game. It just happens to be a small company that are doing it, so they're not. But I mean, they finally released Mount and Blade for Xbox One and PS4 as well. That came out a few weeks ago.
Did they?
Yeah, they released it. They've got it in. I got one of my housemates works in game, and they got a copy of. They've got quite a few copies of it in game.
That's pretty cool.
I'm thinking they've done that to get some more mainstream attention for Bannerlord.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for Bannerlord. It looks so good. I'm just the only thing I'm hoping is they don't do what Hello Games did with No Man's Sky. You can bitch about No Man's Sky all you want, but it was an indie developer, but they put a AAA price on it.
Yeah.
That's what I don't want to... if Bannerlord 2 sucks, oh, well, shit, okay, well, that sucks. If it's not good, that sucks. But I do not want them to put a AAA price on it, because it is not a AAA game. It is not, whatever you say, is not going to be a 40 or 50 quid game. Like, I have hundreds of hours.
I think it's going to be like £25-30.
Yeah, or like Warband. Warband is £15. And that is an absolute bargain. I'd be happy to pay 30 quid for it, but I wouldn't pay any more than that, I don't think. But I mean, because you think at the end of the day, I've put hundreds and hundreds of hours into Warband, but I would never pay 40 or 50 quid for it.
No. Like, I mean, I've put, 300 and something hours into Warband.
Yeah.
And I generally go on the basis of the games I will buy. I expect at least £1 per hour of game. And so, like, that's why, like, there are some games that have really short fucking campaigns, and the only thing that makes it multiplayer is a co-op campaign.
Yeah.
Which is just a couple more missions that are just co-op orientated instead.
Yeah.
Things like Spec Ops: The Line. Amazing game. I think I ended up only paying about $4.99 for it.
Yeah.
I got 7 hours out of it.
Yeah.
That was one run through. I am going to revisit it because it was such a good game, and I'm going to revisit it on the hardest game setting.
Yeah.
And all this. I want to do the achievements, and and the same goes like Sniper Elite. I bought Sniper Elite V2 for £15. 7 hours again. Yeah. It just didn't have a lot to it.
I think...
And so the only time I bought Sniper Elite V3 was when it went for £4 on G2A.
Yeah. I think you've got to also think quality, because there are certain games... I can't think of one off the top of my head. I'm looking through my library to try and think of one, but I can't think of one off the top of my head where a game will be short, but... Oh, Portal. There's a good example. The first Portal.
Yeah.
First Portal only has, less than 10 hours? It must be 6 or 7 hours campaign. But
I'd say about 8.
Yeah, probably 8 hours of campaign. However, the quality is so high that it makes the exception. That I think I paid 15 quid for it. I easily, that's more than the £1 per hour worth of gameplay in the first playthrough. I think I've got something like 100 hours in it now, just because it's such a good game. But you can play it again and again just because the quality of the campaign... I mean, Portal 2 is just an anomaly because it's, 15 quid, and you can... it's just an outstanding game. Portal 2 is the better one.
I think having the workshop content for Portal 2 was the best thing that they ever did.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's where it's got a new lease of life. I've probably doubled my play hours just purely... probably tripled or quadrupled my play hours purely through...
I mean, the release of the workshop content for Portal 2 meant that not only could we get more content out of the game, but there were more game modes. Like, in Portal 2, it was just like, the main campaign is you do puzzle A and then do the main campaign. It's a linear game. But when we played, we were playing... we were racing each other, weren't we?
Yeah, the racing one.
We played racing maps.
Yeah, what colour is it, the speed
drop? And we
played
we played football.
Yeah, we played football. Yeah, I mean, that I don't think that wasn't a football map, was it? But you and I...
No, but it was a map that had a room that looked very football-like, and we were just
No, it didn't look very football-like. I tell you what it was. It was a map that was kind of rectangle-shaped, and then at each end it had a doorway, and the mission required you to put one of the ball, just a ball interactive thing
in the middle of the...
Yeah, and it wasn't really football, it was more handball, wasn't it? Because we were just holding on to it.
Yeah, but we were still using, dropping the ball, shoot Portal, turn around, oh shit, you've got the ball, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So, Dewsbury, tell me something about Stardew Valley, because I don't really know much about it, and I know you've been playing it quite a lot.
I love it. It's a very good game. I think.
I don't really know much about it.
So, have you ever heard of a game called Harvest Moon?
Yeah.
It's that. It is exactly, well, I wouldn't say exactly Harvest Moon. There's a lot different to it.
Mm.
But it's a rebirth from the fire of the Harvest Moon hype that happened, and I think it's still going on. It was a game that I played on the Game Boy Advance. I also got it on the GameCube, and you can connect both. You can connect the Game Boy Advance to the GameCube as well, so you can put to get bonus content from each game.
Yeah,
which is awesome. That's why I bought it for the GameCube, because I was like, yay.
Because it's amazing.
Because it's just I can't even word English.
You like
not
it that
my forte.
much? You like it that much?
I like it so much, my brain melts. Now, for those who don't know the game, it's a farming. When I say a farming simulator, it's not like Farming Simulator 2016 where you get in a tractor and you go beep beep, press the buttons, I'm farming. No, it's a 8-bit kind of. I wouldn't say 8-bit.
No, it's like kind of retro looking.
It's a retro look.
That's basically the only way to put it.
Where you manage a farm and you have to hoe the soil, till the soil with a hoe, water your plants, plant your plants, and the plants have certain growth times. You have certain spring, summer, winter, or fall. All you gotta do is call. I
hate you so much sometimes.
So you've got the different seasons, and you can have a love interest. All you got to do is every now and then give her an item, say hello at least once, and then wait a couple of days, do it again. At the end of the year, you can get married. It's nice. I mean, it takes a bit of rhythm to get into the whole romance scene. Because in the base game, you could just keep throwing gifts at her. The first gift would have each different gifts had different relationship values in the original in Harvest Moon.
Yeah.
And the first gift would give you 100%. The second gift in the week would only give you 50% of the relationship value.
Yeah.
Now I can't remember if it was in the week or each day, but and then you talk to them and that gives you a little bit more. In this, in Stardew Valley, they expand on that. They allow you to only give them 2 gifts in the week.
Oh.
But they both give 100%.
Yeah.
And they show you in the relationship menu, and it's like it's 7 days from the first gift. So it's not say you're on day 6, you're going to give a gift then, and then day 7, you're going to give then.
Yeah.
Then day 8 and 9, you can do it again. It's day 6, and then you got to wait till day 14.
Yeah.
Till you can give another gift. It's that kind of attention to detail which is quite nice. So you can't just spam a block of 4, wait 2 weeks, spam a block of 4, wait 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You have to be gift, week, gift, or any variation of.
Yeah.
And there's each person has a different. They all like this. They hate this. They like this. They hate this. And they're all different. And they all have universal likes, universal hates, special likes, special hates.
Yeah.
And you get cutscenes where you interact with them, and I think if I remember correctly, in the original Harvest Moon, you don't get an option in what to say really. So I think in a couple of cutscenes you can, but in most of them it's just a good cutscene, back to base, back to farm, sorry.
Yeah.
And you have to go to different places at different times in the week, summer, in the different seasons even as well, and at different times in the day as well. And sometimes even on certain days, so it can only happen on a Sunday at 12 p.m. up by the pond, in the middle of the mountains. I'm like, okay, I'll have to go there. And in this one, what you say to them has a positive, negative, or neutral effect on your relationship.
Right.
So in one of them is I was talking to this girl, I want to marry you, and I'm gonna get you to have my babies. And so she's with some kids. I walked down. I had no idea this cutscene was gonna happen. I just wanted to get some wood.
Yeah.
Apparently she's gonna get wood. So I walk up, and she's like, "Do you like kids?" And the options were I like kids. I've never really thought about it, or fuck kids, essentially.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Well, I hope it's not
personally,
actually fuck kids, because that's not the kind.
Figuratively
that's not...
speaking.
Right. Okay.
Figuratively speaking.
I was going to say it's not the kind of route I want to take this down, Juicery.
Yeah.
That's
so
not acceptable.
personally, I hate kids. So I think they're little snotty shit-nosed brats that I want to kick in the face and burn in the sun. But I thought, no, she wouldn't like that. I'ma be nice.
Right.
So I pressed the nice option.
Mm.
Give it a month and now we're married. And I'm like, yay, that's cool. And the game is a very, very good game. But personally, because I played so much of Harvest Moon, it only had so much replay value.
Yeah.
But then they said, oh, hey, don't put down the game just yet. We're making multiplayer. And I'm like, oh boy. So they've been updating the game with the kind of framework that allows you to mod the game as well.
Yeah.
So you can install mods. At the moment, it's like menial mods, like they changed the graphics of some things. You know, graphical mods, maybe some rebalancing mods.
Yeah.
That change prices, or like, you know, trainers, fucking cheats. But someone was like, now I've seen you've put in the previous update the framework for multiplayer.
Yeah.
I'ma take this, and I'm gonna put my code in. Hey, guess what? We got multiplayer.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, oh shit, is that boy? And so me and fucking Sean, who has the game as well. I'm just like, hey Sean. He's like, yeah, what's up? I'm like, Stardew Valley has multiplayer. He's like, oh shit, is that boy? And I've now played like another 35 hours of that game.
Jesus Christ.
And we are, whilst we're feuding over, because they've got an experience system in the game as well now.
Right.
Where when you pick up, like when you do farming, you get farming experience, meaning you can do like you unlock recipes like seed makers that you can put in crops and you get seeds out.
Yeah.
Like different sprinklers, and we're now fighting each other over who gets the experience.
Right.
It's like he's going off mining, so I'm the one doing all the watering. But then he comes on and is like, right, I've taken all the crops. Like, no, that's my job. You fuckwit. So I'm like level 2 farming. He's like level 7 farming. And all he's been doing is digging rocks for a month. I was like, oh, you sneaky little bastard.
What a bastard.
So I'm just like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna go fishing. No, I go to the ocean. There's a little pier. I'm like, I'm gonna fish on the ocean. You know, get a nice view. Who do I see casting his line? But fucking Sean.
Ugh.
I'm like, I am gonna kill you.
What?
If I could,
prick.
I would stab you with my little tiny steel dirk. Like,
What
because,
a little prick.
Yeah. So in the end, I just cut down trees.
I'm gonna put in that you're a massive piece of shit.
Good. I'm glad we've established this. This is what you love, Phil. You love massive pieces of shit.
I do.
Good.
I do.
Good.
Right.
Well, so that's my game.
That was a lovely
Stardew
chat. That was a lovely chat about video games, wasn't it?
No.
We'll do another one soon.
I hope not. Oh no. I guess till the next time.